Today's review, we're doing a Jovoy fragrance, specifically 21 Conduit Street. We haven't done any Jovoy reviews in a while, so I'm bringing this one up now. This I'm interested in. It's a 2020 fragrance, unisex, and apparently has some pretty unique notes that you don't really see in too many fragrances. So here's a sample, and pretty curious about how it's going to smell, because apparently it has rhubarb, amaretto, and some other things in it. It's very nice. It has something about it reminds me of a more classic type of fragrance. I don't know which one. It just has a more old world vibe to it. And it's kind of rustic, kind of warm, but not too warm. The top notes, there's only 4 top notes: grapefruit, rhubarb, bergamot, and lavender. Now, the grapefruit is probably the most noticeable note because it's just a strong citrusy smell. But the lavender is definitely there. It has that kind of more soothing smell to it. I don't even know what rhubarb smells like. I think, what is it, a vegetable? But I'm not sure about that one. And then there's the bergamot that, goes along with the grapefruit for the citrus, gives it a nice bright opening. But the citrus, the bergamot and the grapefruit, it has a different kind of citrusiness than you would expect. It's not super bright and refreshing. It's more of almost a warm type of citrus, which is kind of uncommon. More of like the kind of fainter, warmer citrus that you would find in older perfumes, like Shalimar has, some like mandarin orange and bergamot and things like that. Or I think even Youth Do has some citrus notes, and they have just those warmer, almost like dried slices of citrus, just a different type. Then the middle notes, there's 2 of those, balsam fir and amaretto. Now amaretto I have smelled. Very nice kind of almond liquor type of smell. Now the balsam fir, that's also very nice. It's a nice woodsy note. The balsam fir is actually pretty strong. You get a lot of woodsy notes from this fragrance. The amaretto itself, you can get that almond note that it has, but it's not super strong. It's more of a faint kind of powdery almondness in the background. Now the base notes, there's ambroxan, woody notes, and tonka bean. Ambroxan is a type of synthetic musk. It's kind of similar to ambergris, which is the real musk. But I wouldn't say this is a particularly musky fragrance. Really, the wood notes are standing out the most, at least to me. And the tonka bean is actually pretty strong as well. It really has that kind of heavy earthiness. And there's a certain sweetness, and I'm not exactly sure where it's coming from. It could come from the amaretto, because amaretto is kind of on the sweeter side. And it could come maybe from the lavender, maybe from the citrus. But I have a feeling it's more from the amaretto, because it does kind of have that sweet amaretto almond smell. But it's more of a faint sweetness. This is definitely not a cloying, gourmand type of scent or anything. I like it because it blends that light sweetness with those heavier, warmer wood notes and the tonka beans. Now, as a unisex scent, I would say this is pretty unisex. Because again, that faintness, that sweetness is pretty faint. And it's mostly a woodsy type of fragrance. And now its longevity and its projection, I would say that... Now, this definitely is not a super strong type of fragrance. It's obviously designed to be more of a smooth and subtle type of fragrance, which is, it's nice. If you want to go for that type of thing, this is a good option. It's relatively natural smelling, thanks to the balsam fir, the woodsy notes that it has, the tonka bean. So it's pretty natural. It has a certain warmth to it. The opening is refreshing from the citrus. And all the notes blend together really well. But it is, like, the projection I would say is a little bit less than average. It's not anything crazy or anything. Definitely something that stays relatively close to your body. If you want, more power from this, you would have to wear quite a lot of it. And the longevity, I would say it's pretty moderate as well, maybe about 5 to 6 hours. Nothing too crazy, but again, this is a relatively natural smelling, subtle type of fragrance. So this is probably more of a casual daytime fragrance rather than, going out partying all night in the evening type of fragrance. So the way it smells is actually pretty versatile. I would say you could pretty much wear this all year round. You wouldn't have any trouble in the middle of summer, in the middle of winter. This is, a very versatile fragrance for both men and women. And it just smells nice. It's very agreeable. Again, with that slight sweetness that it has, mixed with the woodsiness and the kind of rustic warmth that it has. It is a little bit on the rustic side, because of those, the wood notes, the ambroxan, the tonka beans, things like that. So it's not too smooth. It's smooth, but not too smooth. And again, I stand by the what I said before, where this kind of has a more, I guess, old-fashioned, more vintage type of smell to it. It kind of is reminiscent of, some of the classic fragrances from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even the 60s. So it does kind of have a more classic feel to it, which I personally like. I think it has a nice kind of solidity to it, kind of control and, I don't know, sophistication to it because of that. But as a modern fragrance, I also think it works because, I don't know, it just has such a unique way of smelling because it has all those unique notes, the rhubarb, the amaretto, even the balsam fir, mixing all those together creates a very unique type of formulation that you don't really come across too often, which makes this a really good option as well if you want to wear something. You want to make sure that you wear something that's different from what everyone else is wearing, because a lot of people are going to go for the mainstream options. Not too many people are going to, have this Jovoy fragrance specifically as their go-to fragrance. So you'll definitely very, very easily stand out with this particular fragrance. And again, it is unisex, so that makes it extra versatile to wear. But that is pretty much my review of this 21 Conduit Street from Jovoy. Hopefully you found this review helpful. If you did, of course, you can always leave a like, maybe subscribe. And I make videos like these throughout the week, so don't forget about those.